You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. If you're trying to buy a home at this particular point, you're probably going to need at least $90,000 a year as a household income. So I'm working out. After the workout, guys were in the gym, we're talking, just, clowning around a little bit. And the housing market comes up. And one of the guys works in banking. And I got a few friends that work in banking, but I just know this guy from my workouts. So he was talking about how the prices of homes went up, and I live in the Houston area, right? So he was like, listen, if you're not making at least $90,000 as a family, it's probably unaffordable. So I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Because if you didn't buy a house 10 years ago, you might be screwed. Now, for all the people who were talking about high value men and, was rocking with Kevin Samuels, and you kept hearing the ladies say they want a guy who makes six figures. So do yourself a favor. Google how many Americans make $90,000 a year. And at some point it's going to tell you that if you make $90,000 a year, you make more money than 87% of Americans, which means 13% of Americans make $90,000 a year. Now, think about that in all these other housing markets. And think about all the people who've been single and now they're looking for love in all the broke places because, listen, I need some help. So now you got to get along with people just so you can get an income or get a place to stay. See what I'm saying? So now you got this big problem. Are you looking to create a family? Or are you looking for somebody to buy a property with to get you through not being homeless? See, now the love is kind of going out the window because it costs to be single. And what's love got to do with it? Tina Turner reference. So now we got a problem. Another problem. The other problem is that means you got to say what you're bringing to the table, and he got to say what he bringing to the table. So no matter how you slice it, you're going to have to put those funds together if you're just starting out now. And since I live in the Houston area, Houston used to be one of the most affordable cities to live in. Houston was, Charlotte was, you could say Austin, pretty much all of Texas, Atlanta. There was a time where Vegas was easy to live in. Not too sure about Arizona. I got folk out in Arizona, but I remember they said some high prices back in the day. Not Denver, because Denver is expensive. The outskirts of Chicago on the Indiana side. You didn't live in Illinois, but you live right next to it, so you could do that, that type of thing. But here's the problem. When a city like Houston goes up to the point where you need $90,000 to buy a home, that lets me know the rest of America is screwed. Unless you're going to live in Mississippi, Alabama, see what I'm saying? Arkansas. That's your best bet. Montana, North and South Dakota, that's your best bet. But what industry is out there that you can live off of, basically? So now you gotta couple up. Now, is this a situation where two friends are gonna couple up? The same gender, like ladies like to have, girls trips. You're gonna have a girl's house, 3-bedroom house, 3 different girls. Golden Girl situation. Somebody gotta be Blanche. Golden Girls reference. So now we got to ask these questions. Because if you don't, you're not living in reality now. And the reality is, it is the fantasy is not the reality. This is not Sex in the City. Everybody's not walking around in designer clothes, just doing stuff that costs too much money on a regular basis. That's not how this is going. So that's what it is. So now you might want to fall in love with stability, but the question is, are you compatible with a responsible person? And can you be a responsible person with a responsible person? Because since 13% of the population makes over $90,000 a year, since I'm black, let's just be honest, what does that say about us as black people? Because that's everybody. That's all races, all ethnicities, all religions. 13% of the population. Think about it. This is not going to be pretty. But it is what it is. Like, share, subscribe or die trying. Catch you on the next one. Peace.